I'm very well aware of contractual obligations between the government and private sector, between two individuals for that matter, and so legislation can't undo any contracts. I know that. And so when I introduced Bill 167, it was primarily because Governor Calvo's response to the public auditor's report on the whole qualifying certificate program was that he's been asking the legislature to remove this QC program for health insurance companies.
But insurance companies aren't buying it and banding together in opposition of Senator Roy Respicio's Bill 167, legislation that would undo a 16-year-old tax exemption program on premiums collected by insurance companies. According to chairman of the Insurance Association of Guam, Ray Schnabel, such legislation is risky business.
The health insurance industry has already had to pass on rate increases to its customers for Obamacare mandates. It now faces the new mandates for 2014 and without the necessary mitigating provisions of the rest of the law. Now, on top of large increases from GMH that we're faced with, we also have to pass on to our customers the expense of the gross receipts tax as intended by this bill.
He predicts the end result would force customers to disenroll from the ranks of insured to uninsured and ultimately pass the burden on to GMH's growing, non-paying population. Joining him in opposition, FirstNet Insurance's Nancy Tan says the proposed legislation does little to evaluate the industry's contribution to the local economy.
The program has leveled the playing field and as a result benefits the entire community. In 2003, the insurance industry paid more than $185 million in claims following Typhoon Pongsonghua. It is unmistakable that without participation in the QC program, the domestic insurance industry would not have been able to sustain losses of this magnitude.
Acknowledging the public auditor's recent findings on the QC program relative to insurance companies, Staywell's Francis Santos.
I think what's in question that I found kind of, enlightening was I didn't know that one company got 5 separate QCs. To me, that's the government's fault. Why didn't they look at that economic disadvantage to our government and our territory?
Although Guam Medical Association President Dr. Thomas Shea supports the bill, he questions the legality of removing QCs.
Perhaps you can amend the legislation to the fact that, hey, enough is enough, and, no more QCs.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.